Tony Slade with Trinity Homes AZ. Behind me you see the framers. You know what that means? We're getting into the framing stage. Come with me and let's take a look. Have been following along. We have a full basement underneath, which means we have steel pan decking that's went over our basement area, and you can see that we have completed our concrete pour. We have additional reinforcement in our concrete. We have fiber mesh reinforcement, we have wire grid reinforcement, and we also have rebar grid reinforcement. Each one of these come with a different cost and a different type of structural integrity. Out here, we've used all three different types of application depending on its specific location. You have your fiber mesh. That's exactly what that is fiber inside your concrete to help strengthen the concrete instead of just regular concrete. You also have what's called a wire mesh. Wire mesh is wire that's welded together in a grid pattern for structural reinforcement. Then we have the rebar grid. With that type of structural reinforcement, you take your rebar, you lay it in a grid pattern, you put it on top of your dirt, and then you go ahead and pour your concrete into that rebar grid. That is the best type of structural reinforcement. Now that we got a solid foundation, let's get into the framing. This is where it's exciting because we can start going vertical with everything. We've been horizontal, now let's go vertical. Talk about a little bit about the thickness of walls. You have a 2x4 and you have a 2x6 wall. Here at Trinity Homes AZ, we use 2x6 exterior walls in all of our projects. Not all builders use 2x6 exteriors. They're trying to cut costs as much as they can, all the way from the lumber materials to the insulation. We don't do that. We use 2x6 on all of our exteriors. 2x6 exterior walls serve two purposes. One, it gives you a stronger wall with the exterior. It also gives you a thicker wall for your insulation. We use spray foam insulation in all of our houses, so we have a thicker wall cavity. This will cut down on noise. This will cut down on your energy bills. It's just a better way to build a home. In this custom home, we've used 2x6 interior walls also. The reason for that is these owners don't want to hear from one room to another. So we went with a thicker wall so we can get more insulation in there to give us better soundproofing. Let's talk about plumbing walls. Some builders use 2x4s in plumbing walls. We use 2x6s in all of our plumbing walls. The reason is the thickness, again, of our wall cavity. We want to have plenty of room for plumbing pipes to come in, whether it's a vent, whether it's a drain. Still have room for our hot and cold and our electrical in each wall. This way it's not all crammed in there. You have plenty of room to work with to do it properly. Let's talk about window and door openings that the framers have to frame by. When you select your window, the window manufacturer is going to give you what's called a rough opening, RO. That's the dimension that framers have to frame for the opening in order for this window to fit in place properly. Your opening should not be oversized, and obviously it doesn't need to be undersized. As you see here, this is built per the RO. We also have our header. The header is the support at the top of the window and door. We have our trimmers. This is a trimmer that comes alongside. We have our king studs. This is a doubled up king stud. This is your cripplers down below. This is your window seal. This is really your framing for each window and door. Header, king stud trimmers, window seals. That's all part of the framing for your exterior doors and windows. Everybody's heard of a load-bearing wall. I'm sure you've seen that home show that's like, oh, we can't remove this wall because it's load-bearing. Load-bearing wall means that this wall is bearing the load of the roof. In order for that to happen, there's certain things that are engineered. I gotta have positive attachment from those roof trusses to this wall, and each stud, as you can see here, I've got a Simpson strong wall attachment here. That's gonna hold that plate to this stud, and all the way down to the bottom plate, which this bottom plate is then attached to this concrete, which below that concrete, we have a footing. We have a thickened footing. All of these components in this load-bearing wall work together, not only to bear the load of the roof, but they also work together for uplifts. That way your roof does not blow away because it's attached to your walls all the way down to your footings. The material we use here for our framing is pine and spruce that's kiln dried. What does that mean? It's dried out to a certain percentage before it gets shipped out to us builders out on site. What does this mean for our project? It means that once it gets out on site, it's not going to dry out, which causes it to split and check out on site. Ultimately, it gives us straighter walls, it gives us better integrity for a better quality at the finished product.